Alright, no time for power-ups, we gotta go on. Yeah, that's right, Sylvia. Time for the next segment of this still first chapter of Viewtiful Joe. We got that flashing hand, you know what that means. That means we gotta beat up some bats. And by beat up, of course, I mean get hit by a barrel. Wow. Alright, I'll just do it right now. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty creative use of the slow-mo function. Stupid bats. They're going to become a lot more annoying later. In more than one way, as you'll see. Okay, that was no problem. Oh man, if I hadn't gotten hit by that one barrel, I'd probably get a rainbow V. Oh, whatever. Oh, we sure are getting some health ups now. Awesome. Man, I'll never get tired of doing that. Oh, bullshit. You shouldn't have hit me. At least in slow-mo, it counts as not actually getting hit. Just losing some of your V points. Alright, enough fooling around. That's a lot of wine barrels. I'm glad there's nothing up front.
Joe, it's time for your next trial. Hope you're warmed up, because ready or not, here I come.
Yeah, Joe, it's time to be the hero again and beat up your mentor. Again, taking the route of Altair from Bomberman 64 and teaching us, quote-unquote, even though he does help us. And, oh my god, am I really... Ugh. Stop missing so much. Come on, you gotta beat up your old friend, or your old hero. No, it wasn't a nice try, because I missed. Okay, probably not as good that time around. Oh! Alright, a new technique, and that is Mach Speed. Yep, it's the complete opposite of slow-mo, basically, as would make sense. It comes in handy, much more so later. I mean, yeah, we use it right now to get through that barrel after punching it up, but... Overall, I generally prefer the slowdown for fighting, but... honestly, using Mach Speed's pretty cool, because it's turn on fire and everything. I don't know. Again, slow-mo will be the technique I probably use most, just because it pulls up the, that was stupid. Ranks up the V points a lot quicker. I know you don't think you hit me, son. And now it's time to go all Indiana Jones. But in a pretty easy way. So you could use Mach Speed, and basically, that's it. Okay, yeah, I'll admit, I didn't try to get any V points. I think you can punch the barrel if you do slow-mo, and it gets you some V points or whatever, but... whatevs. We got a V, and that's all that matters. More beating these scrubs up. Not timed, so it doesn't matter. It's interesting how this pulls up VFX for you. It's like when you are in Mach Speed, it drops juice more frequently, which gives you sort of like fake stuff, because it's green on your VFX bar. Ooh, now it's spiked. That makes it much more dangerous, except it pretty much doesn't. I'll try to get V points this time. But not at the risk of dying, oh jeez. Oh. Oh. So all I had to do was beat up one guy just to get a V points for a section like that? Okay, I'll take it. Now here comes the most useful inventive use of the speed up, and that's actually setting things on fire when you turn on fire. It's pretty nifty. Much more so than punching up a wine barrel, I say, or causing a water droplet to get big. Oh. Oh, that was a short segment. Oh no, I know why. Yeah, you'll see in a sec. I don't think I've shown any of these power-ups yet. Basically, this whole segment is where you can learn different techniques, and it costs V points to get them for some reason. Like Air Joe's pretty cool. The Red Hot Kick is what Captain Blue's been doing. Basically, I'm just going to be using it for lives until a little later. And as you can expect in any other game, it gets more expensive the more you try to get. I think that's all for now. I'll learn more techniques later. And now we get some relative excitement. Jumping on platforms that have lots of red candles, oh my god! Yeah, it's not exciting yet, but here we have ourselves a coffin. Who could be inside? Let's find out. It's a bunch of bats, oh my god! And they're transforming? Ah, first boss.
Oh, dad, this time my beauty's me. Captain ahead. This movie is already over. Captain Blue's defeated, and we are victorious.
Shows you what you know, Bat Brain. In movies, there has to be a plot twist. That means things always go wrong once before you get to the happy ending. Hello? Now come on. Let's get this over with.
What nonsense he speaks! Come, Nightfall, the ritual of sacrifice will begin in your pathetic little world will... Oopsie poopsie! Almost ripped the cat out of the bed there! In any case, this has nothing to do with riff-raff like you. The only thing left for you to do is... vanish!
Alright! Let's get it on!
Let's get it on indeed. So yes, Dark Fiend here is the first in a line of actually pretty comical bosses throughout this entire series. Not many redeeming or distinctive qualities for him outside of that. Fairly easy to beat. He's got a couple annoying techniques, like that for instance. And dropping... Did he just say tally-ho? I think he did. Yeah, in the anime at least, it's highly implied that he's, how shall we say, pretty flamboyant. And here he just seems like pretentious and British. So the general gist is just smacking him hard in the face, followed by beating up his little bats. And he does the throwing the kind of sharp dagger-ish attack, and the dropping the things, stalactites, I mean. And we beat these bats up. And as you can tell, the more bats you beat up, the smaller he gets. Oh, then this attack, which isn't too hard to dodge, just have to be ready for it. But yeah, he gets smaller the more bats you take away from him. Almost got him. Get him right near? Almost. And of course he'll start firing more the closer he gets to death. But as long as you're in slow-mo, they shouldn't be that annoying. And there. And that was the end of Charles III. For now.
Sorry to wake you up. You can sleep as much as you want now.
Joe wanders into the world of the movies and gallantly fights evil to rescue Sylvia. With the help of his superior strength, he is able to reign triumphant over the dastardly bad man, Charles III. Where could Sylvia be? Is she safe? Is she even alive? Intolerable anxiety tears at Joe's heart. What did they do to her?
What would be a good hero name for me? I never thought this would be so hard.
Searching for Sylvia, Joe tries to track clues as to her whereabouts. Little did he know that the clues would only lead him to more problems. The next episode is Some Like It Red Hot. See you there.
So yeah, I love how they totally try to play it that Joe really cares about Sylvia, and then he goes and says, what would be a cool superhero nickname? Well, God, I didn't plan the segment to go this short. I just planned on showing up to the boss, but I guess I can go ahead and start the second chapter already. Yeah, it might be fun, why not? Shouldn't say might be fun, of course it'll be fun, but hope this won't go too long. Shouldn't. We'll just go ahead and... Oh, the drapes got pulled in between each episode. Oh, they give us one last chance to power up, but we do... Gee, every time that happens, I keep wondering if that really is Sylvia. I mean, it kind of does sound like her, and it would make sense if it was, but it kind of doesn't at the same time. Yeah, nice title there. Some Like It Red Hot. I don't know if that is meant in any way to be similar to the one of the funniest movies ever made, Some Like It Hot. I don't think it is. So yeah, now we're in the city. And we're gonna just have to beat people up, I guess. Oh, and looks like we have something fall down right next to us. I can punch that? I didn't know that. Weird. Oh, that's a good sign. The sewer is spouting green slime, or water in this case. I don't even know what the hell kind of city this is in right now. The city of the movies. Okay, I'll stop beating up guys. So we can't walk through it, so we have to use more techniques. Again, a very clever way to incorporate it, I think. Only 2 enemies? Who could they be? We got our cowboys again. I forget if they're actually called cowboys or what. I mean, it's what they look like. They got on cowboy hats, bandana, they got guns. Of course, I'd had to have missed the bullet there. Oh, jeez, that was too fast. So much for hopefully getting a V in this segment. Where are you? Hang on. Oh, great. Just missing all over the place. There we go. Gee, I think if he got a bullet fired right back in his face, it wouldn't just knock him down. Nah, I figured. I hate how the VFX bar only gets extended for a particular chapter that you're on. Could it please just, like, remain for the rest of the way? That would be most useful. But we can't always have what we want. Oh, son of a bitch, you again?
This is your last trial. If you overcome this trial, you'll have acquired the last power. Now let's get this over with.
I agree. Thank God this is our last trial. I'm tired of beating the shit out of one of my heroes. Alright. I mean, it's interesting because Captain Blue sometimes demonstrates what the new technique you're gonna learn is. Like how last time he did a couple times where he sped up. And if you pay attention, right now, or right then was when he was going to demonstrate... Ugh, got a little close on the effects bar there. When he was going to demonstrate what the new technique is. And I gotta be honest, of the 3, this last technique, apart from the times when it needs to be used, is probably the one I'm gonna end up using the least. Just because, I don't know if it's because the buttons for the other ones are so much easier to remember, whereas this last technique gets a little bit complicated, or if it's just the fact that it doesn't rack up as many V points as the other one does, which is what I tend to think happens. But at any rate...
Joe.
Oh man, got a B on that.
More to teach you. The beautiful moves and techniques that flourish from your heroic gut instincts. Exploit them for good deeds and save this world. The world is waiting for you. Joe, go now. May hero-ness be with you.
Hero-ness? Really? So yeah, we get the last technique, which is zoom in. It's got some interesting techniques, mainly for kicking. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then there's also jumping. And then you zoom out while in midair and zoom in again to do that technique that Captain Blue used. Again, it's fairly complicated to have to try and remember, whereas like slow down is just the left trigger and zoom in is, or Mach speed is the right trigger. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I think it's complicated. It's always fun to do. Gee, I wonder what technique we have to use right now. Yeah, you have to zoom in and kick. Get them up at the same time. And now the sewer section. Oh, I mean, always a delight, right? Yeah, this is the first race to the finish or find the flag that we've done, I think, so far, so... I mean, there's nothing necessarily remarkable about it, it's just something different. And here... Oh, stupid. Here, we actually have to start filling this place up by Mach speed, of course. And it doesn't go back down for some reason. I'd think that would make sense for it to do that, but I'm not complaining. And more of these enemies. Again, I'm bad at using this technique, which I think is partly why I don't use it. And watch out for the lasers, of course. At this spot, they get a little annoying to dodge, except that was pretty stupid of me. And bats. Yeah, bats leech onto you, so... that's the main reason they get annoying. I don't know. Again, I don't think that the zoom in is a bad technique. It's just mixing it with the kicking and the punching. It gets a little... fucking bats. It almost gets a little complicated to use, at least to me. So, just go up carefully here and not get buzzed by the laser. And there's our flag. Jeez. That gave me a better ranking than I would have given myself. And now just beating up more enemies for the hell of it. Why not? Okay, it's pretty cool, I'll admit. Nothing hugely remarkable here. So how about that Super Bowl last night, huh? Boy, it was a shitty game for a while, and then all of a sudden San Francisco became a lot better once the lights came back on. That's what I care about. I didn't really care about either team. I mean, I'm from Atlanta, so when they, the Giants beat out, or Giants, when the 49ers beat out the Falcons at the end of the Super Bowl, I was a little pissed, but even though football's never really been my sport, I just watch it for the hell of it. I'm personally waiting for baseball season to start, which I'm very excited for. But, yeah, halftime show was... you know, people hate on Beyonce, but she puts on a great show, I have to admit. So... and yeah, it was funny how the lights went out. Saw about 1,000 people the next day post that picture of the guy unplugging the electric cord, and I don't know if that's from a movie or a show or something, but it's like, okay, yeah, it was funny once. So, whatever, you know. Alright, enough shitting around with V-points and Super Bowl. Gotta just... where are those bats coming from? Is it... where are they? Oh, they're on the door there. I see it, okay. And, by the way, for this, you just make it slow down when the electric current comes on. Yeah, I don't get it myself, but whatever. I'm a little low on health, that's worrying me. This whole thing's been taking time. God, this is gonna suck for my ranking. And now I got this asshole? Off to a great start. Right back at ya. That was good. Except it didn't hurt him very much. I always want to be able to... did he just say can't touch me? Oh, nobody taunts Viewtiful Joe. You're too slow? Oh, Mr. Joker, you are no Sonic the Hedgehog. You do not say it as patronizingly as he does. Nor are you any MC Hammer. Come on, just... Oh my god. Why am I doing so terribly? Okay. Kick a bullet back at him. And is it gonna hit him? Is it gonna hit him? Is it gonna hit him? There we go. That's what I was looking for. Do this again. Kick it back at him. There we go. Should have held it down a little longer so we could kill him there. There we go. Okay, now that I am desperately low on health. Now they're doing a trick of making it smaller. Oh shit, what did I just... I messed it up. Well, that's good news. Now I'm down to 1 health. I have to really pay attention this time. Okay, there. I don't even want to risk messing this up. I'm going to take my time. Alright, there we go. And... there. Thank you. Now please just give me some hamburgers. Yeah, that was pretty crappy. Okay, that's going to be my only C rank. Watch, within the next chapter I'm going to get a C rank again. Just know it. Oh, great. Thanks for throwing me into more enemies when I have only 1 health left. Okay, I gotta be really just cautious here. Get out as many as I can. Doesn't help that cars are coming on this street. Takes a chapter from the Onett stage in Smash Brothers. I don't know how much the cars will hurt you if they... Great, thank God I got that one thing for the hamburger. Oh, can I guess I can hit back the missiles, but they kind of work the same as bullets. When they drop down, you're not going to be able to kick them, at least, back to the where their firer is at, because usually they're directly above you. And if you kick them, they'll go at a diagonal pace. So it's best just to do the good old-fashioned smash and bash. Speaking of that, one of my friends posted on my Facebook, apparently Valve is thinking, I don't know if this is just a rumor or what, but they might make a Megas XLR video game. Holy fuck, would I play the hell out of that if it was actually made. God. Like, Megas XLR is always one of those shows that I obsessed over. Watched it so much. And it only had 2 seasons. I wish it had had more. Oh, great! Just what I wanted. More enemies. I'm gonna rack up the V points here. Get you, or unless you're just gonna jump. Oh, I just got a meal, it looked like, so that was good for me. Of course, it's good for you when it's made out of hamburgers and french fries. This is not a video game where they highlight nutrition for superheroes. And we have these 2 new enemies who are just kind of bitches. Whatever, beat the shit out of them, doesn't really matter how. They're kind of like in between regular enemies and jokers, I would say, because they're annoying and they employ techniques that, well, more techniques that Captain Blue would use, but they're nothing special. Oh, now this is going to be a fun one. The idea here is to hop on top of the bus and slow down, and you turn your bus into a rocket. And I did not do it far enough for some reason. I'm not going to stay in the sewer water, or... I don't think it hurts you, or maybe it does. It doesn't look to be as toxic as, like, the water in the southern swamp from Majora's Mask, by any means, but... Whatever, let's just do this again. Oh, what?! Stupid, not jumping high enough. You stupid self, it's all your fault! Anyway. Okay, now can we launch far enough? There we go. Dab. That was bad. And not necessarily in a bad to the bone kind of way. More in a, wow, you're actually kind of bad at this game way. And I think this part is... Oh, good. There's 2 of them.
Just go for it!
Oh, don't worry. I will just go for it. Make this as quick and painless as possible, or try to. Thank you for dropping a good bit of juice there. Okay, can I just not get hit with this thing? Can I launch some bullets back at it? I'm confident enough in myself to try it, actually. I can kick some of these guys back at it. Damn it, doesn't help that it flew right to the other side as I was fighting these. Those helicopters are a lot more intelligent than I give them credit for. Oh, a perfect opportunity to do it. Oh, missile. Now that I don't know if I can launch back. I guess it doesn't matter because he flew right in front of me, so time to beat the shit out of it. Just don't give it a chance to fly. Almost in the red. Yeah, I know you can launch the bullets back at them, but it's like when it's flying. Yeah, it's already flown too far for you to kick it back at it, so... What the hell? Don't get me wrong, I love beating up on these guys for B points, but still. Get those stupid helicopters out of the way. Okay, now I'm going to destroy you. This creepy skeleton of one of them walks up behind us. Always pleasant. So where again does the Some Like It Red Hot come into this? I mean, it probably could be more noticeable if I'd actually used Mach Speed a little bit, but I don't know. The helicopter turns big, bright, and red when you beat the shit out of it, but other than that, I'm not seeing anything yet. If it starts coming back this way, I can kick one into it. Oh, there we go. That helps. If I end it right now? Looks like I almost can. There we go. Now that was awesome. Okay, hope there's a save point after this, because now the video's gone on long enough. Yeah, now we go into the next section, which is a very illustrious-looking hotel, I must say. Alright, now it is break time. Next segment, we tackle on this hotel, and I think next time I'm going to go far enough to where we get to the next boss, who you've only seen the silhouette of. So, yeah, see you guys later.